Hey guys, Ben from Snowboard Gamer. Welcome to episode 35 of This Week in Board Games. In this weekly segment, I do quick reviews on all the games we played last week, go over any interesting board game news, and show any new purchases. Hopefully this gives you a better idea of some games that you can play with your family and friends. I kicked the week off with a board game night with several of my friends from work. We went downtown to the Board Game Republic and played Terraforming Mars. We're heading to work board game night now. We brought our scooter and longboard. Woo.
Hopefully you're gonna get some Terraforming Mars in.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Let's go. Second time through Terraforming Mars. What do you think, guys?
Good game. Played again.
Very fun. Ben, you're
Even
a
if I
monster.
lost horribly, it was very fun.
It was super close. What's your favorite part, Justin?
I guess just so many different strategies depending on what you get,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of different kind of combos and different approaches.
Yeah. Tom, what do you think?
Yeah. Same thing. Played it twice. Different strategies each time.
Ethan?
Yeah. I was too focused on how I was playing and not focused enough on the two. Their strategies.
So much to think about, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, awesome game. Terraforming Mars is 1 to 5 players ages 12 and up and plays in about 2 hours. This is one of my favorite games. Each person represents a corporation racing to settle and terraform Mars. Next, I played Cosmic Run. This game is for 1 to 4 players ages 14 and up and plays in about 30 minutes. I'm trying Cosmic Run solo. I've never played it solo before. Travis has some friends over, and Allison and Kinsey are not in the mood for games tonight, so I'm running solo. So I have to discover all of the planets before one blows up. And you can see 2 of them already have asteroid hits already. And I can pay 5 victory points to protect a planet for 1 roll. And if I discover the top, I get a certain number of points depending on how many asteroid hits it gets. On my turn, I'm going to pay 5 victory points to protect planet 3 from the asteroid strikes. Because of the blue die, planet 5 gets hit with an asteroid. Now I gotta try and finish some of these planets off. I only get half points if it's 1 asteroid, and third points if it's 2 asteroid hits. 3 asteroid hits and the planet's done and I lose. See, I could go for cards. I could spend the 2 6s here, which would give me 4 uses of +1 on a die, or I could stick them over here and try and get the planets. I'm gonna actually go for these cards here, because those will help me a lot. No meteor strike on rerolls. You have to place at least 1 die each time. You know what? I'm gonna put my 2 4s here and try and go for a 3rd one this roll. Actually, I don't need to, because look, on my tech card here, for wasted dice, you can move up here each turn, and I've been doing that the last few turns. I've got a +1, -1 ready, so I'm gonna use that this time. So this goes back to 0. And then I take my 3, and I'm gonna +1 it to a 4, put it here so I get my 3 of a kind. My turn is done. So now this guy moves up here. This protection is done. Back over there. And now I take these dice back and take this card. Now I have 4 uses of +1, and I've got 1 left over from a previous turn of a -1. I've discovered 4 of the 5 planets, but planet 5 has 2 asteroids now. So I have to basically pay 5 victory points every single time to protect it until I'm out, and then I just have to hope I don't roll 5. And for planet 5, I gotta get 5 of a kind 3 times, so it's at least 3 turns before I can win. You can pay 2 victory points to get a 6th die, which really helps when you're going for planet 5 where you need 5 of a kind. I have 4 5s, and I just rolled a 3 and a 6 for my last 2 dice. I paid 2 to get the extra die. So I'm gonna use this card 1 time to minus the 6 to a 5, which gets me my 5th 5. And now I can move 1 more step closer to discovering this planet. And now the extra die I didn't use, I put by my tech card, and I can move this guy up here, which gives me unique abilities. Well, I'm down to 1 final 5 of a kind that I need to discover that 5th planet. I'm down to my last set of victory points as well. I'm paying 5 to protect the planet 1 more time, and 2 to get a 6th die. I've also moved my technology track almost all the way up to the top, so I can use any of those powers to help out. And here goes nothing. Planet 2 gets hit, but it's already discovered, so nothing happens. Let's see, 2, 2, 1, 3, 4. I'm gonna go for 2s here for the 5 of a kind. I'm gonna re-roll these guys. Another 2, that's 3. Uh-oh, no 2. So I can choose to use the powers here, I've got any 1 up to 6 that I can use. Reroll 1, reroll 3 without having to place 1, plus minus 1. 2 of the tools, which give me points, and change 1 to anything. Here's the deal. Why don't I just put 1 here? I'll reroll these 2. In case I roll a 2, then I don't have to use the power and I can use it on the last turn. All right, so I rolled a 2, and now I can use my power here and change this 1 to a 2. And I win. Yay! This game was surprisingly good for a solo game. The gameplay itself was great. There were lots of decisions. It was tight all the way till the end. The one thing it's lacking is social interaction, as with any solo board game. The game might be good, but one of the reasons I really like board games is the social aspect. But in this case, there was no one around, so I played a solo game and it was pretty fun. Arik and I got together this week and played some 2-player games. The first game we played is Lost Cities. Lost Cities is for 2 players only, ages 10 and up, and plays in about 30 minutes. This is an almost 20-year-old card game made in 1999 and published by Cosmos. This game is all about making runs of cards in order and trying to score points based off of that. You got to get over 20 points in each run that you start to score points. But then there's this extra element of these handshake cards where you can play those before you start your run, and if you play 1, it doubles, 2, it triples, 3, it quadruples. You have to be careful though. If you can't get over 20, then the multipliers will multiply against you negative also. So that adds an extra element to the game.
Arik and I are playing a bunch of 2-player board games. Hello. We've got Lost Cities going right now. Arik just taught it to me. Really fun game. Thanks for teaching me.
Yeah, fun game.
There's a lot of decisions and a little bit of a push your luck element to it. It's a great 2-player game, plays in what, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
We've got a bunch of others over there. You can kind of see them in the background. We plan on playing 10 of them, and then we're going to rank them. Should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
The next 2-player game we played is Jaipur, and I've already talked a lot about this one on my channel. It's a trading game. There's a market where you can trade through the market trying to collect the same colored cards and then sell them for rupees, which are victory points. I highly recommend Jaipur if you haven't played it yet.
I just taught Arik Jaipur. What'd you think, Arik?
It's a good game. It's I enjoy it. A lot of complexity for a pretty simple game. I enjoyed it.
The next game we played, I don't own. Arik brought it over. It's called Shot and Totten. Shot and Totten is for ages 8 and up and plays in 20 minutes.
Arik is teaching me Shot and Totten. This is a really interesting game. It's kind of like 3-card poker. Is that how you describe it, Arik?
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to beat the other one on the other side, and whoever beats it gets this little wall here. We're fighting over the Scottish wall, is that right?
Yeah. There's 2 Scottish clans. If it's not Scottish, it's crap.
And you've got a little player aid here that shows what beats what versus runs and colors. It's really fun.
Okay, Arik, what do you have? A 9, huh? Well, I'm gonna play a 9 here.
Oh,
So I win this one now, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so the first one to 5 or 3 in a row wins, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so...
Whoa, you got it. That's 3 in a row.
Well, that was fun. Arik won the first game, and I took the second game. That's a really good kind of push and pull. You have to watch every card.
A lot of card counting.
Yeah, definitely. That's fun. Thanks for teaching me, Arik.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, our family played Pandemic Legacy Season 1 again. We're working our way through the campaign of this game. For those of you that don't know, a Legacy game is a game where decisions in one game carry through to the next and the next game. They also add new rules, and in May we got a new rule that just, oh, it was crazy. I don't want to talk about it here though, because this is spoiler free about Pandemic Legacy. This is an amazing game.
We just finished May of Pandemic Legacy, and we have been winning every game the last several months, so knock on wood.
Our funding level's now cut to 0.
Yikes.
This is starting to become really fun. I mean, Pandemic's fun, but like this is really getting crazy.
Nothing interesting in the news this week for me, so let's move on to my purchases. This is a game that I backed on Kickstarter a while ago. I actually backed the expansion called The Executives, and along with that you could get the base game. My friend Arik taught me this game 6 months ago or so, and we liked it so much that when the expansion came out, I went ahead and did that and added this on when I checked out at Kickstarter. This game is really cool. Each person represents a network on TV, and you've got different actors and shows, and you try and slot your shows in the proper show time to get the maximum number of viewers. The victory points at the end of the game is viewers, and you can run ads. It's very, very thematic, and it plays very well. It's a good Euro-style game. That's it for this week in board games. Let me know in the comments below what games you're playing. I'd love to hear. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you next time. Bye.